We want to see God's kingdom come. Jesus said to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them and teaching them to obey everything He's commanded. This requires that we make obedient disciples who make disciples. So how do we make disciples and not just converts? Not just those who profess to be Christian, but those who obey all that Christ commanded in their daily lives. What if gospel presentations are not enough to give people the context to understand why they need Jesus or instill the habits of a disciple maker? What do we do when lost people aren't interested in coming to church? Fewer people are willing to come to church services and buildings to explore questions of faith. We need another tool to overcome these barriers and make disciples who make disciples. That's where Discovery Bible Study comes in. Discovery Bible Study is for lost people who want to discover God directly from His Word and take practical steps to obey and share it with others. It's a list of narrative passages that go from creation to Christ, that portrays the entire redemption story. It's also question-driven, not teacher-driven. It guides participants through the process of discovery and obedience rather than relying on a teacher telling them how to obey God. And it's designed to multiply, and simple enough to pass quickly from person to person so that new groups multiply throughout a community and people group. Once you find someone interested in discovering God, ask them to invite their friends and family to meet in a place of their preference, making a discovery group. But a discovery Bible study with one seeker can still lead to further invitations. If you'd like to learn more about conversations that lead to starting a DBS, click below. Here's how a DBS works. Each question develops a specific habit of a disciple maker. Start by asking, "What are you thankful for this week?" Once they become believers, they'll attribute thankfulness to God because gratefulness has become a habit. Ask, "What has stressed you out this week?" This is where participants meet each other's needs. Once they're believers, they'll begin praying for those needs as well. Ask, "What are the needs of people in your community?" This instills the habit of meeting tangible needs in the community. After your first meeting, now is when you would recap the previous week's story and commitments. At this point, read that week's passage. Check the description for a Creation to Christ scripture list. Ask for someone to retell the passage as if they were telling the story to someone who hasn't heard it. Make sure everyone agrees with the accuracy of the retelling. Ask, "What does this passage teach us about God, His character, how He interacts with us?" Ask, "What does this passage teach us about people, who we are, how we interact with God and each other?" Let people respond for themselves without teaching answers. Ensure the answers are from the Bible passage only. Ask, "If we believe this passage is from God, how must we change?" Encourage specific and actionable applications we call I will statements that can be done within the next few days. This is the key to obedient disciples. Ask, "Who are you going to share this passage with before we meet again?" Encourage them to name specific people. This is the foundation of personal evangelism, sharing what God is doing in your life with others. Finally, ask, "When would you like to meet again?" People will rarely commit to a 26-week study, but anyone can do 1 week at a time. In your next meetings, encourage follow-through on action points, troubleshoot challenges, and celebrate progress. Accountability is crucial for developing disciple-making habits in others. Here's what the whole process looks like. Spend time with people who don't know Jesus. Have conversations that lead to talking about the Bible. And invite them to start a Discovery Bible Study with their friends and family. As non-believers discover God in the Scriptures, their lives are transformed as they obey and share the stories with others. Through this process, others will be drawn to begin their own discovery groups with their friends and family. As a result, we will see whole families, neighborhoods, and people groups become obedient disciples who make disciples. Learn more about Discovery Bible Study by watching our webinar, DBS That Multiply, or listen to our podcast for up-to-date tips on disciple making.